the Leopard 1. A 5 represents an early Cold War philosophy that prioritized firepower and mobility rather than heavy armor. By modern standards, its protection is extremely thin and can be penetrated by modern autocannons. However, the A5 upgrade significantly improved its fire control system and optics, allowing it to deliver highly accurate long-range fire. Its very low market value and mechanical simplicity have made it attractive for reactivation and SECO. The T-72B3M is a cost-efficient modernization of the original T-72 platform designed to maximize combat power while minimizing production cost. It features an upgraded engine, improved thermal sights, and reactive armor all installed on a decades-old hull. Rather than competing with Western tanks on a one-to-one basis, the T-72B3M is built around mass deployment. Its effectiveness lies in numbers. Logistics, SR. The T-80BVM is a specialized upgrade intended for Arctic and subarctic warfare. Its defining feature is a gas turbine engine which allows immediate startup in freezing temperatures where diesel engines often fail. While this engine consumes more fuel, the trade-off is unmatched cold weather reliability. The BVM upgrade adds modern optics and improved armor, making it a capable platform in northern environments without the cost of a completely new tank. China's Type 96B reflects a doctrine centered on large-scale armored formations. It is lighter and more mobile than China's heavier tanks, allowing faster maneuvering and easier mass production. Designed with modernized fire control systems and mobility enhancements, the Type 96B sacrifices some armor to achieve speed and logistical efficiency. It serves as the numerical backbone of China's armored forces and is optimized for sustained high-intensity operations. Argentina's TAM-2C is a medium tank built on an infantry fighting vehicle chassis, prioritizing mobility over armor. It performs well on soft soil and uneven terrain where heavier tanks risk becoming immobilized. The 2C upgrade improves fire control communications and situational awareness, extending the platform's service life while maintaining low operational costs. It is a clear example of tailoring a tank to national geography rather than global battlefields. The Type 15 is a modern light tank specifically designed for mountainous and high-altitude regions. Heavy main battle tanks struggle in such environments due to thin air, poor infrastructure, and soft ground. Armed with a 105mm gun, the Type 15 provides sufficient firepower while remaining light enough to operate where heavier vehicles cannot. Its value lies in strategic accessibility rather than brute force. Poland's PT-91. Twardie modernizes the T-72 platform with domestic solutions, most notably advanced reactive armor arranged in dense, scale-like layers. These improvements significantly enhance protection without requiring a new tank design. Combined with upgraded electronics and power systems, the PT-91 demonstrates how older tanks can remain relevant through targeted, cost-effective upgrades. The Zulfikar 3 is Iran's attempt to field a modern-looking main battle tank using limited industrial resources. Visually inspired by the American M1 Abrams, it features a boxy turret and low profile, though its internal technology is far less advanced. Production numbers are small, and its true combat capability remains unclear. Its primary value lies in deterrence and domestic signaling rather than battlefield dominance. North Korea's M2020 tank is best understood as a political and propaganda tool. It incorporates visually modern elements such as external missile launchers, but is believed to lack advanced thermal sights and fire control systems. Only a handful of prototypes have been observed, suggesting limited production capability. The M2020 is designed to project technological ambition rather than deliver proven combat performance. The BMP-T Terminator is not a traditional tank but a specialized armored combat vehicle designed to solve one of the most dangerous problems in modern warfare: protecting tanks in urban environments. Standard main battle tanks are vulnerable to infantry armed with anti-tank weapons hidden in buildings' rooftops and narrow streets. The BMP-T addresses this threat directly. Armed with dual 30mm autocannons, anti-tank guided missiles, grenade launchers, and machine guns, the Terminator is optimized to suppress enemy infantry rather than engage enemy tanks. Its high rate of fire and wide elevation angles allow it to target windows, rooftops, and elevated firing positions that tank guns struggle to engage effectively. Built on a tank chassis with heavy armor, the BMPT is designed to operate alongside main battle tanks, absorbing punishment while clearing the battlefield of close-range threats. Its existence reflects a shift in doctrine, recognizing that tanks need specialized partners in dense urban combat. The M60-2000, also known as the 120S, was an experimental attempt to modernize aging tank fleets at minimal cost. The concept was simple but ambitious: mount a modern M1 Abrams turret complete with a 120mm smoothbore cannon onto the hull of the older M60 Patton tank. In theory, this would deliver Abrams-level firepower without the expense of an entirely new platform. In practice, the hybrid design faced significant challenges. While firepower was greatly improved, the older hull struggled to support the weight and power demands of the modern turret. Mobility, protection balance, and overall performance failed to meet expectations. Despite being relatively affordable compared to new tanks, the M60-2000 found no buyers and remained limited to a single prototype. It stands as a cautionary example of how cost-saving measures can clash with engineering realities. The C1 Ariete AMV represents Italy's effort to keep its domestic main battle tank relevant in an era of rapidly advancing armored technology. Rather than replacing the Ariete entirely, the AMV Aggiornamento di Mezza Vita program focuses on improving mobility, reliability, and battlefield endurance. The most significant upgrade is a more powerful engine, allowing the tank to better handle rough terrain and increased weight from added armor. While the Ariete has historically been criticized for underpowered performance, the AMV upgrade addresses these shortcomings without drastically increasing cost. It reflects a common European approach, extending the life of existing platforms through focused modernization rather than pursuing expensive new designs. The Type 99A is China's most advanced and capable main battle tank currently in service. It combines design influences from both Russian and Western schools of armored warfare. The tank features a low-profile turret, advanced composite armor, and modern fire control systems, giving it strong offensive and defensive capabilities. One of its most distinctive features is a laser warning and countermeasure system reportedly capable of dazzling or disrupting enemy optics. While the exact effectiveness of this system remains classified, it demonstrates China's focus on electronic warfare integration. With a balance of firepower, protection, and mobility at a relatively moderate cost, the Type 99A serves as the technological spearhead of China's armored forces. The Karar tank represents Iran's attempt to develop a modern, domestically produced main battle tank under heavy international sanctions. Visually, it closely resembles the Russian T-90MS, featuring a welded turret and modern external armor layout. Internally, however, the Karar relies on Iranian-developed electronics fire control systems and subsystems. Production numbers remain unclear, and its true combat performance is difficult to verify. Nonetheless, the Karar symbolizes Iran's strategic emphasis on self-reliance and industrial independence. It occupies the mid-tier category not because of proven superiority, but because it bridges the gap between older legacy tanks and fully modern designs. The Leopard 2A4. Evolution is not a new tank, but a comprehensive upgrade package designed to keep older Leopard 2 hulls relevant on the modern battlefield. The most visible enhancement is the addition of thick, modular composite armor blocks, particularly on the turret cheeks, significantly improving protection against modern anti-tank threats. This upgrade is popular among nations that already operate Leopard 2 fleets but lack the budget for newer variants. By enhancing survivability while retaining proven firepower and mobility, the Leopard 2A4 evolution demonstrates the efficiency of modular modernization. It highlights how a well-designed platform can remain competitive decades after its original introduction. The M1A1SA Situational Awareness Abrams represents a major modernization of the original Desert Storm era. Abrams transforming it into a digitally networked battlefield platform. while retaining the proven 120mm smoothbore gun and heavy composite armor. The SA upgrade focuses on situational awareness communications and command integration. A key feature of the M1A1SA is the Blue Force Tracker system, which allows crews to see the real-time positions of friendly units, dramatically reducing the risk of fratricide and improving coordinated maneuvering. Though heavier and more fuel-hungry than many peers, the M1A1SA remains highly survivable and lethal, proving that systematic upgrades can keep legacy tanks relevant in modern warfare. The T-90M ProRiv 3 is the most advanced Russian tank currently deployed in frontline combat. It addresses many long-standing weaknesses of earlier Soviet-designed tanks, particularly in crew survivability and situational awareness. The tank features relict explosive reactive armor, improved ammunition storage, and a modern panoramic commander's sight. Unlike earlier models, the T-90M allows the commander to independently search for and engage targets, bringing Russian doctrine closer to Western hunter-killer standards. While still lighter and more compact than NATO counterparts, the T-90M prioritizes battlefield survivability and tactical effectiveness, making it Russia's most credible armored platform in active service. The T-90MS is an export-oriented evolution of the T-90M tailored to meet the needs of foreign customers. It incorporates many of the same improvements in fire control and protection, but adds features important for export markets such as improved ergonomics, climate control systems, and simplified maintenance. Designed for desert and high-temperature environments, the T-90MS appeals to countries seeking a modern tank at a lower cost than Western equivalents. It represents Russia's attempt to remain competitive in the global armored vehicle market by offering a capable yet affordable alternative to NATO designs. The Merkava Mk4M stands apart from most main battle tanks due to Israel's unique combat requirements. Built with crew survival as the top priority, the Merkava features a front-mounted engine that adds an additional layer of protection and allows space for troop evacuation or casualty transport. Its defining feature is the Trophy Active Protection System, which has been proven in combat by successfully intercepting incoming rockets and anti-tank missiles. The Mark IV-M demonstrates a doctrinal shift toward active defense, showing that preventing hits can be more effective than simply adding armor. The T-14 Armata was designed to redefine tank warfare with its unmanned, turret-isolated crew capsule and advanced sensor suite. In theory, it offers unprecedented crew protection and battlefield awareness. However, the complexity and cost of its systems have prevented large-scale production. Only a limited number of T-14S exist, and its combat deployment remains minimal. While technologically ambitious, the Armata highlights the challenges of transitioning from revolutionary concepts to practical, mass-produced weapons. It remains more a symbol of future potential than a proven frontline asset. The Black Eagle was a secretive Russian tank project developed during the final years of the Soviet Union and the turbulent period that followed. Designed as a radical evolution of the T-80 platform, it featured a stretched hull and a Western-style turret bustle intended to improve ammunition safety. This design choice addressed one of the most critical flaws of Soviet tanks' catastrophic ammunition detonation. Despite its promising concepts, the Black Eagle suffered from a lack of funding and political instability. Only 2 prototypes were ever built, and the project quietly disappeared. Today, it stands as a symbol of a lost transitional moment in Russian tank development. The VT-4 is China's premium export main battle tank, designed to compete directly with Russian and Western offerings in the global arms market. It incorporates modern fire control systems, composite armor, and digital electronics packaged in a flexible and relatively affordable platform. Unlike many experimental designs, the VT-4 has achieved commercial success, being sold to several countries including Thailand and Pakistan. Its inclusion in this group reflects its role as a best-of-export design rather than a frontline Chinese MBT, proving that practicality often outperforms ambition in international defense sales. The so-called parade tank is one of the most unusual armored concepts ever revealed. Disguised as a conventional tank with what appears to be a main gun, it is actually a missile carrier designed to launch long-range anti-tank guided missiles. The fake barrel exists purely for deception and psychological effect. Very little verified information exists about this vehicle, including its production numbers and operational status. Its primary purpose appears to be deterrence and misdirection, rather than sustained combat, making it a unique example of how perception and confusion can be weaponized. Ukraine's T-84 Oplot-M is an advanced main battle tank that incorporates modern composite armor and duplet explosive reactive armor designed to defeat tandem warheads. Technically impressive, the Oplot-M represents the peak of Ukraine's tank engineering capabilities. However, extremely low production numbers, reportedly fewer than 10 units, have prevented it from having any meaningful battlefield impact. Limited industrial capacity and financial constraints have confined the Oplot-M to near mythical status despite its strong theoretical performance. The Brazilian EET-1 Osorio is widely regarded as one of the greatest tanks never to enter service. Developed in the 1980s, it performed exceptionally well in trials, even outperforming the M1 Abrams in certain tests. Despite its success, it failed to secure major contracts due to political and financial factors. The collapse of the Osorio program bankrupted its manufacturer and erased what could have been a major Brazilian defense industry breakthrough. Today, it remains a powerful reminder that military excellence alone does not guarantee survival. The AMX-56 Leclerc represents France's pursuit of speed, automation, and battlefield efficiency. Unlike most Western tanks that rely on a four-man crew, the Leclerc uses a highly reliable autoloader, allowing it to operate with just 3 crew members. This reduces internal volume and enables a more compact design without sacrificing firepower. Its hyperbar diesel engine delivers exceptional acceleration, while the fast autoloader allows the tank to fire accurately on the move. Advanced fire control systems give the Leclerc strong hunter-killer capability, making it one of the most agile and responsive main battle tanks ever produced. Though expensive, it demonstrates how automation can enhance both performance and crew effectiveness. The Merkava Mark IV. Barak is Israel's most advanced armored platform, integrating artificial intelligence directly into combat operations. Its defining feature is the Iron Vision system, which provides the commander with a helmet-mounted display that fuses data from external cameras, effectively allowing the crew to see through the armor. Combined with improved sensors networking and the Trophy Active Protection System, the Barak transforms the tank into a fully connected battlefield node. Rather than relying solely on armor thickness, it prioritizes information dominance and rapid decision-making, reflecting Israel's combat-driven design philosophy. The M8AGS was an ambitious American program aimed at providing airborne forces with a lightweight, deployable armored gun platform. Designed to be parachuted or air-transported into combat zones, it balanced mobility and firepower in ways traditional main battle tanks could not. Despite successful testing, the program was canceled due to budget constraints and shifting military priorities. Its relatively high cost and narrow role ultimately worked against it. The M8AGS remains an example of how strategic doctrine changes can end promising platforms before they reach service. The Soviet T-95 was a radical heavy tank armed with a massive 152mm gun capable of firing extremely powerful ammunition. It featured an unmanned turret and advanced armor concepts well ahead of its time. In theory, it was designed to dominate any battlefield through sheer firepower. However, its size, cost, and complexity made it impractical. The collapse of the Soviet Union sealed its fate, and only 2 prototypes were built. The T-95's concepts later influenced newer designs, proving that even canceled projects can shape future generations. The STRV-122B is Sweden's heavily modified version of the Leopard 2, optimized for Scandinavian combat conditions. It features reinforced roof armor to protect against top attack munitions and cluster weapons, reflecting Sweden's focus on survivability in high-threat environments. Though costly and produced in limited numbers, the STRV-122B offers exceptional protection and reliability. It demonstrates how a proven platform can be adapted to meet specific national defense needs. The M1A2 SEPV2 represents the mature and battle-hardened standard of modern NATO armored forces. Building upon decades of combat experience, this version introduced significant improvements in digital architecture, crew survivability, and fire control systems. The addition of the common remotely operated weapon station allows the crew to engage threats without exposing themselves, a critical advantage in asymmetric warfare. Despite its considerable weight and high fuel consumption, the SEPV-2 Abrams remains a highly survivable and lethal platform. Its widespread adoption and extensive operational history make it the reference point against which many modern tanks are measured. The MBT-70 was a joint U.S.-German project from the 1960s that aimed to leap a full generation ahead in tank technology. It featured revolutionary concepts such as adjustable suspension, advanced fire control systems, and a missile-capable main gun. On paper, it promised unmatched capability. In reality, extreme technical complexity and escalating costs doomed the program. Adjusted for inflation, it became one of the most expensive tank projects of its era without ever entering service. The MBT-70 remains a powerful lesson in the risks of excessive ambition. Japan's Type 90 main battle tank was designed to counter armored threats in Hokkaido during the Cold War. Closely resembling the Leopard 2, it emphasizes firepower, protection, and mobility within Japan's domestic defense framework. Due to Japan's policy of not exporting major weapon systems, production numbers remain low, significantly driving up unit cost. Nevertheless, the Type 90 is a highly capable platform that reflects Japan's focus on quality over quantity. The Challenger 2 TES Theater Entry Standard is the most heavily protected version of Britain's main battle tank. It incorporates massive blocks of Dorchester composite armor and explosive reactive armor specifically designed to counter improvised explosive devices and urban threats. This extreme level of protection comes at the cost of mobility and logistical burden, but in environments such as Iraq and Afghanistan, survivability was paramount. The Challenger 2 TES exemplifies a doctrine where crew protection outweighs maneuverability. South Korea's K2 Black Panther is one of the most technologically advanced tanks currently in service. Its most notable feature is an advanced hydropneumatic suspension system that allows the tank to kneel, raise, or tilt itself to improve firing angles in mountainous terrain. Combined with advanced sensors, fire control systems, and a compact yet powerful design, the K2 is optimized for Korea's rugged geography. Its sophistication, however, makes it expensive and complex to maintain. The Centauro 2 represents a modern shift away from traditional track tanks toward high-speed wheeled fire support vehicles. Armed with a 120mm smoothbore gun, it delivers firepower comparable to a main battle tank while offering superior strategic and operational mobility. Designed primarily for rapid deployment and reconnaissance by fire roles, the Centauro 2 excels on roads and semi-prepared terrain. Its wheeled configuration reduces maintenance costs and increases range, but at the expense of heavy armor. The vehicle reflects modern military thinking that prioritizes speed, flexibility, and rapid response over brute force. The Leclerc XLR is a comprehensive modernization of France's Leclerc tank under the Scorpion program. Its primary focus is not raw firepower, but digital integration. The XLR variant connects the tank to a battlefield-wide network, allowing instant data sharing with infantry drones and command units. This level of connectivity enables faster target acquisition and coordinated strikes, transforming the tank into a sensor and command node. While expensive, the Leclerc XLR demonstrates how future armored warfare will increasingly depend on information dominance rather than individual platform strength. The K2PL is a heavily modified version of South Korea's K2 Black Panther customized for Poland's operational requirements. It features enhanced armor protection, an active protection system, and modifications to improve survivability against modern anti-tank threats. By combining proven Korean technology with NATO standard systems, the K2PL illustrates how future tanks may be developed through international collaboration rather than entirely new domestic designs. Its high cost reflects the integration of cutting-edge defensive technologies. The Leopard 2 A6 introduced the longer L/55 120mm cannon, significantly increasing muzzle velocity and armor penetration compared to earlier variants. This upgrade enhanced the tank's lethality against modern armored threats without fundamentally changing the platform. The 2A6 represents an evolutionary improvement that keeps the Leopard family competitive in high-intensity warfare. It highlights how incremental advancements in firepower can extend the relevance of existing designs. Japan's Type 10 is one of the most technologically advanced tanks ever fielded. Designed for extreme mobility, it can reportedly drive backward at speeds comparable to its forward movement, enhancing survivability in hit-and-run engagements. Its lightweight composite armor and advanced command and control systems allow it to operate effectively within Japan's limited infrastructure. The lack of exports and small production numbers drive its unit cost extremely high, making it a prime example of quality-focused national defense engineering. The Challenger 3 represents a comprehensive rebuild of the United Kingdom's armored force rather than a simple upgrade. At the heart of the program is the replacement of the traditional British rifled gun with a NATO standard 120mm smoothbore cannon, allowing full interoperability with Allied ammunition and logistics. Beyond firepower, Challenger 3 incorporates a new digital architecture, improved sensors, and enhanced survivability systems. Although the fleet size is relatively small, the high unit cost reflects the depth of modernization rather than raw production expense. Challenger 3 symbolizes Britain's commitment to maintaining a credible heavy armor capability in a modern NATO context. The Arjun Mk 1A is the culmination of decades of India's effort to develop an indigenous main battle tank. Weighing close to 70 tons, it emphasizes protection and firepower over strategic mobility. Indigenous composite armor, improved fire control systems, and enhanced reliability mark significant improvements over earlier versions. However, its weight limits deployment to suitable infrastructure and production numbers remain modest. Despite these challenges, the Arjun Mk 1A demonstrates India's determination to achieve technological independence in armored warfare even at a high cost. The M1A2SEP-V3 is the most advanced Abrams variant currently in operational service. It introduces upgraded power management systems to support energy-hungry electronics, improved thermal sights, and enhanced armor protection, including advanced depleted uranium components. Designed for high-intensity peer conflict, the SEP-V3 prioritizes survivability and lethality in contested environments. Its cost reflects not just physical upgrades, but the integration of future-proof systems that allow continued evolution throughout its service life. The M10 Booker was developed to fill the U.S. Army's mobile protected firepower requirement, providing light infantry units with direct fire support. Despite being lighter than a traditional main battle tank, its limited production scale has driven costs unusually high. The Booker highlights a recurring reality of modern defense procurement. Low production volumes can make even relatively simple platforms extremely expensive. Its value lies in tactical flexibility rather than heavy armor dominance. Turkey's Altay tank is an indigenous program heavily influenced by South Korea's K2 Black Panther, but adapted to be larger and more heavily armored. Designed to serve as the backbone of Turkey's armored forces, the Altay incorporates modern fire control systems, advanced protection, and NATO compatibility. Delays and supply challenges have increased costs, but the program reflects Turkey's ambition to join the ranks of top-tier tank-producing nations. The Enhanced Main Battle Tank EMBT is a joint Franco-German prototype combining a Leopard 2 hull with a Leclerc turret. Rather than a production vehicle, it serves as a technology demonstrator for future European cooperation. Its high development cost reflects experimentation in crew automation, digital architecture, and modular design. The EMBT represents Europe's search for a unified future tank concept. The Leopard 2 A7V is widely regarded as the most advanced operational Leopard variant. It features improved hull armor, programmable ammunition, advanced thermal sights, and a modernized fire control system. Produced in limited numbers, the 2 A7V balances cutting-edge capability with proven reliability. Its cost reflects refinement and survivability rather than radical innovation, making it a benchmark for modern NATO heavy armor. Abrams X is a next-generation technology demonstrator developed to explore the future of armored warfare beyond traditional main battle tank design. It replaces the classic gas turbine engine with a hybrid diesel-electric power system, allowing significantly reduced fuel consumption and silent mobility during combat operations. The vehicle features an unmanned turret and an isolated crew capsule, dramatically increasing crew survivability. Advanced sensors, artificial intelligence assistance, and modular systems define its design philosophy. Although only a single demonstrator exists, Abrams X illustrates how future tanks may prioritize stealth efficiency and automation over raw armor mass. The KF-51 Panther is Rheinmetall's privately funded vision of the future main battle tank. Armed with a massive 130mm smoothbore cannon, it offers substantially increased firepower compared to current 120mm systems. The tank also integrates loitering munitions and unmanned aerial systems directly into its design, blurring the line between tank and drone platform. With an unmanned turret, advanced active protection, and a fully digital architecture, the KF-51 is designed to dominate future high-intensity battlefields. However, its extreme cost and complexity mean it remains a concept rather than a production vehicle for now. The Leopard 2. A8 represents the most advanced evolution of the Leopard family, designed as a fully integrated next-generation package rather than an incremental upgrade. It incorporates active protection systems, enhanced composite armor, improved sensors, and advanced networking from the ground up. Unlike earlier variants, the 2A8 is built with modern threats in mind, including top attack munitions, drones, and networked anti-tank systems. With an estimated package cost approaching $30 million per unit, it is currently the most expensive operational tank configuration in the world. While